Howdy folks, this is Jeff with Savaged US. I just wanted to give you a good heads up about tomorrow's, probably tomorrow's by the time this video actually gets out, about Rifts for Savage Worlds is going to be supported on Savaged US. It's actually been a thing already for the last couple of days. I went ahead and silently launched it and had some people go in there and work on it, some good friends and anybody who also just went and stumbled onto it and saw that. I wanted to go ahead and put this video out just so it makes it the easiest way for you to go ahead and get your Rifts character set up, and possibly the most most official way to do that. Sorry, this is kind of an impromptu video, so I'm going to go ahead and get to the screencast, and we're going to show you exactly how I do it. Hopefully my big head here doesn't get in the way. Alrighty. This is the home screen. I've changed my my default desktop to be just like anybody else's. You can always change that, of course, if you go to your settings and change website theme. And I like clockwork, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it as it is. Alrighty, back to here. The easiest thing to do is whenever you know that Rifts is a setting. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to settings. Easiest thing to do here is on the settings, click on this little open button down here, and I've actually got quite a few global little settings that I've set up for you, and it kind of gives you a good starting point to get your campaign settings working. As soon as you load these, you get all the copy of everything I've done. You're not changing anything on my end, and you can save that to be your own setting if you like to. If you want to go ahead and do some changes on that, so go ahead and click on there where it says Rifts, and boom. All the settings are loaded up that I've set up for you, including the setting portrait. We've got Born a Hero, Character Frameworks, Cyberware, Rifts MDC, and Super Strength. Rifts MDC, basically all that does is a couple little Rifts tricks here and there, and also changes the heavy tag on weapons and armor to MDC. And just to get to nitty gritty, everybody knows how to make a character name with the gender and all that. The big new thing for Rifts is the frameworks. The iconic frameworks. Instead of using iconic frameworks, just in case we decide to support other settings which use the framework setting trick of Savage Worlds, we're going to go ahead and click on there. I've got a whole bunch of guys here. I got Burster, Combat Cyborg, Crazy Cyber Knight, Dragon Hatchling, Glitter Boy Juicer, Leyline Walker, all those Mars guys, Mystic and Techno Wizards, everything you see in the Tomorrow Legion Player's Guide. Just for fun, I don't know which one I want to do. Let's do a dragon, because that's actually the most different character I think we can find of Savage Worlds. As soon as I click on there, we get a whole bunch of bonuses and a whole bunch of complications, just like we have in the book. And you start with no wealth. Golly. And you start with no wealth. See? 0. And you start with no wealth, because dragons get nothing because they're brand new. You have Hero's Journeys rolls. For the Dragon Hatchling, you have either Training, Sonics, or Education, so I'm going to go ahead and say Training. And normally I would roll a die with my DM, or just to select one, but most of the time you're supposed to roll with it, and we're not here to stop cheating or anything else like that. This is a tool and not a full-blown game. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, let's roll a 12 or 13, that's a nice average roll. And what's going to happen is it's going to give me a climb rating in there. Yep. No, it just gives me an increase of die type to athletics and a +2 on there. So if I click on traits, my athletics should be a D6, which it is, because it had a +1 to that particular Hero's Journey roll. Now if I went back to the framework and chose, say, Martial Artists, I go to Edges, there we got Martial Artists now added, and let's see, we go back to the traits, and that athletics went away as well. And one thing you are going to notice with this big old dragon, that base dragon with no stat increases at all has a 36 toughness. 36 toughness is pretty tough, and all these special abilities. Well, that's it for this little demonstration. Hopefully this gives some enlightenment of how to get to creating your Rifts characters as quickly as possible. Work on it. Send me some feedback if you see anything wrong or if you have any suggestions. Thanks a lot for listening. Alrighty, bye.